and you're watching the Daily Dollop.
I didn't get in my coffee.
Hi guys, welcome to the Daily Dollop. Join me over at the whiteboard. We're going to be talking today about sugar. Yay for sugar! The thing that makes food taste so delicious, yet it's apparently very, very evil for us, toxic, and you need to quit it. But I would actually like to argue that sugar is not evil or toxic, and that you don't actually need to completely quit it, but actually put the nutrition or the nutrient, because sugar is a nutrient, into the context of the food that you're eating. And so I want to talk about these three foods to help explain this context. Now, the sugar content of the apple and the capsicums actually might surprise you and be more than you thought. And so if you're looking at quitting or cutting out sugar, based on these figures and comparing that to orange juice, because they're only a little bit less, should you be removing these foods from your diet when you're trying to reduce the sugar? And I'm going to tell you a huge, big, resounding no. The reason is that sugar is not toxic, it's not poisonous or evil. It's in your bloodstream at 4 to 6 millimolars per litre. So if it was toxic, you'd be dead. And you're not dead, you're alive and very happy and thinking about what you should be eating. And so, let's put the sugar into context of the whole food.
As you can see, orange juice, although made from fruit, due to processing has very little fibre, only 0.8 grams. Fibre is a really important nutrient as it slows down digestion and creates a nice big poo. And big poos are a really good thing. Fibre also helps fill you up, meaning that you eat less overall. Juice or processed food can't help you do that. When you eat 1 whole apple or 1.5 whole capsicums, you may be consuming a similar amount of sugar to juice, but that sugar is being delivered in a really healthy package. There is much more fibre in whole fruits and vegetables, and as you can see, you'd have to eat 1.5 whole capsicums to get a similar energy intake to a glass of juice. That's going to take you a lot longer to eat than guzzling down a glass of something sweet. And because they're whole foods, fruits and vegetables not only have more fibre, but stacks more nutrients, vitamins and minerals as well.
So what is most important here is looking at the individual nutrients in the context of the food that they're coming in. When we eat a processed food, there's no or very little fibre. All of that sugar gets eaten and delivered to your system very, very quickly. Whereas across over here, we have to bite, eat and chew these foods. That takes a bit of time to digest and break it all up. And so this sugar gets delivered to our body nice and gradually and slowly, along with all of this other nutrition. The other thing is that the presence of this fibre, when they do a calorie count of food, this goes towards this figure, but we don't actually digest and break it down, we poop it out. Which you might think, what's the point? But it creates a really nice big bulky stool, which means that waste products move through our digestive system nice and quickly. And there's also bacteria in our large bowel, which comes across around here, which digest and feed on that fibre, and there's really good things that happen as part of that process. So to finish off, what I want you to remember when it comes to nutrition is to not focus too much on individual nutrients. You've got to look at those nutrients in the context of the food that you're eating them in. That's really, really important. Whole versus processed foods. And then again, is then looking at those individual foods into the context of your whole diet. Because it's not a problem to have a little bit of orange juice if you want to, but you certainly don't want to be building your whole diet out of something that's processed like that. Whereas these foods, these are the kind of foods that you want to be building your diet out of and including them regularly. And until next time, thanks very much. Feel free to ask questions below. Bye.